Okay, I'm really scared to make this video because as I'm literally recording my voice, people are yelling at me in the Pixel Gun Discord server saying that I don't know what I'm talking about. And honestly, maybe I don't, but I'm just going to share with you guys my opinion on the top 5 heavies in Pixel Gun 3D. Let's jump into it. Okay, but before I do, huge disclaimer. Obviously, this is subjective. It is my opinion, and also I am not going to be ranking weapons that I don't have. For example, the clown weapon, Bad Clown, I think it's called. I think that's really good, but I don't have it. Bomber Cat, I also don't have it. So I don't want to speak for weapons that I don't have. I don't just want to regurgitate people's opinions, okay? So if I don't have it, it's not on the list automatically. Also, there are a lot of heavies that are really good, but only really because of their usefulness. So weapons that are significant in rocket jump, like Royal Ashbringer, and also weapons that have the gravitational force, those are obviously really good in certain circumstances, but they're more useful. So I will be making a top 5 useful heavies, and those will be in that video, so they won't be in this video.
Also, shout out to Brandon Meyer for suggesting this video.
Also, one more thing before I start. Everyone knows that Dislike is probably the best heavy in the game because it has really good travel time, really good ammo, really good rocket jump, really good damage, it has the ability to headshot, and it's just probably the all-around best heavy in the game. So I'm going to leave that one out because everyone knows that, but it is definitely probably number 1. Also, number 2 is PGA TV. Both Dislike and PGA TV are so popular and pretty much everyone knows they exist and they're just so annoying. I don't want to put them on the list, but number 1 and number 2 are definitely Dislike and PGA-T. Just getting that out of the way, but I don't want to include them because I want to be kind of unique. You know, this list would be very boring if those were already number 1 and number 2. Okay, now let's just jump into the list. Okay, first off, I feel like this list needs an honorable mentions because these are weapons that could be top 5 just depending on your playstyle, and honestly, I think they're all pretty good and all equal around top 5. So first off, I'm going to start with Spark Shark. This weapon is so freaking good and so underrated. Probably one of the most underrated weapons in Pixel Gun. It's a 3-shot body shot, 2-shot headshot. Yes, this weapon can hit headshots. It has a pretty good fire rate, pretty good capacity. You can get it with coupons. Really, it's just an all-around good heavy that you guys need to get. If you guys don't believe me, I made a video on it and I will link it down in the description. It hasn't changed like at all since that video and it's still really good and I need to mention it. Temple Guardian is also really good, high damage, high capacity, heavy category that's really good for spamming in close range maps. However, it's not really good in any other maps, so I mean, if you're really looking for good heavy to spam in close range, Temple Guardian is definitely a good way to go. Also, another really good one for 3-cat is Earth Spike Spell. The only reason this isn't on the top 5 is because the weapons that are listed in the top 5 are definitely better than this, okay? So, just bear with me. I know a lot of people are going to hate me for putting this in honorable mention, but still, I just think that the top 5 ones are better. Okay, now let's jump into the actual list. Alright, you guys are definitely going to hate me for this. Number 5, Battle Falcon. Yeah, I know, okay, Battle Falcon, whatever. It's number 5. It's really overpowered. It can shoot through walls. The only thing that really nerfs this weapon is its damage. It's a 2-shot, which, I mean, that's still really overpowered. And it also has a pretty weak range, but better than I thought. And also, its capacity sucks, honestly. But yeah, it's still a really, really good heavy. You could probably win a match if you just spam this weapon, and it's really good. Honestly, you guys were probably expecting this to be on the list. But I feel like it gets swapped out with the honorable mentions just depending on your playing style, just because I hate this weapon with a burning passion. But yeah, it's still really good and definitely needs to be on the list. Okay, number 4 on this list, Offensive Fireworks. This weapon surprised me. I didn't know that it was this good. I'll just say it's basically the Aphrodite's crossbow of the heavy category, but it's honestly a little bit better because it has a better fire rate, better travel time, maybe, with modules, maybe. But yeah, and it also has really good damage, and it used to be the best heavy in the game, but now it's not really that good. It does damage when you rocket jump unless you're invincible. Otherwise, it would definitely be number 4 just because, well, I mean, like, it would for sure be number 4 just because its rocket jump is honestly really good. This thing can win games. I can probably get first place just using this weapon, so that's why I'm putting it on the list. It's just so good and honestly deserves to be top 5 in my opinion. Go ahead and debate me on this, but also I think that it should be on the list because not a lot of people spam it anymore despite it coming back recently. I just think it kind of is pushed under the rug now, but I still think it's really good. Okay, now we're getting to the top 3, and honestly, these weapons, I think there's no debating that these need to be the top 3. We're gonna go to number 3, rocket hands. I had no idea how good these weapons are. These weapons? I don't know. It shoots too. It's rocket hands. But they're so good. Its damage is insane. Its travel time is insane. It two-shots pretty much any armor out there. And also, it's pretty good if you need to get out of a situation like kill yourself for some reason. Okay, I probably can't say that because of YouTube. I'm talking about pixel gun, okay? Not actual thingies, okay? Rocket hands. They're good for doing self-damage. That's basically what I'm trying to say. But they're also extremely good for getting kills and just spamming. Apparently, this weapon is very popular in the pro community and private matches, but I had no idea how good this weapon is. And you can get it with coupons in the gallery, so if you can, I suggest you do it because these things are really good. It also has a pretty good area damage. They're just insane. Okay. This part of the video is not sponsored. I just want more people to know about this game because it's so cool and more people need to play it. This will be about 1 minute 30 seconds long if you want to skip. But this game is called Blockheads. Also, I'm still sick, so I may sound weird. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it is free on the App Store only because it hasn't been updated in a long time, so it's not on the Google Play Store. However, I'm pretty sure you can download like APKs, whatever those are, for Android devices. But yeah, it is on the App Store. This thing is basically like Minecraft and Terraria mixed, and also it has a bit more realistic functions, and it's just so cool. In single-player worlds, you can have multiple characters play at the same time. You can do a lot of AFK stuff on it, if that makes sense, but this thing's multiplayer is so cool. You can have pretty much unlimited members per server, and you can have up to 60 members online at a time. You do have to pay for servers, which is why I want to get more people involved, so I can have more people join mine when I get it up and running. You guys should download this game so that way you guys can get some experience before you join my world, because I'm going to make it look awesome. This game also has like a weird built-in economy kind of thing, so you can do some trading and stuff like that. There's a ton of animals. You can explore massive worlds, caves. You could just build a ton of stuff. Again, it's called Blockheads. I will put a link to download down in the description for iOS devices.
And now I'm just talking to fill in these last couple seconds. Yeah, cool.
Alright, number 2, Streaming Beast. You guys might not even know that this weapon is existing. Whatever the English is, it exists, and you guys probably don't know that. This thing is so freaking overpowered. It's basically the Ronin of the heavy category, and the only reason, or there's 2 reasons, why it's not number 1. The first reason, it doesn't really feel like your average heavy. It's not like a missile-throwing kind of heavy that shoots rockets and explodes. It's more of a special, honestly, but it's just in the heavy category for some reason. And also, it's extremely slow. The movement speed sucks, and I really kind of hate that. But this thing is so good, and you'll pretty much win every single match you go into just using this weapon. Also, it has a perk called armor. I don't know if it's actually listed, but it regenerates your armor. I don't know if it lists that. If it doesn't, it does. It's so good. You guys need to get this weapon if you ever get the chance. If you guys don't believe me on just how good this weapon is, I made a video on it. You can go check that out in the description. But this thing is so freaking overpowered. I had no idea. And also, like, no one has it and uses it. It's insane. Why doesn't anyone use this? I don't know. Okay, number 1 on this list. I know a lot of you probably are expecting this, but it's definitely number 1. Frozen Heart. It has really good damage. It has a really good fire rate. It has really good fire range. I mean, travel. It has really good travel speed, and it also has really good AoE, whatever you want to call it, the splash area thing. I don't know what the technical term is, but this thing is just good in all the categories. It's basically a weaker version of Dislike, and I felt like it was definitely appropriate to put this as number 1 because not too many people spam it, so it's not like the big rage in the community. But Frozen Heart, it's still a really good heavy despite it being in the game for so long. You know, the developers haven't really changed it too much. It's just so good. If you guys can ever get your hand on it, I highly recommend it because it's good for pretty much every circumstance except rocket jump. I'm pretty sure it does self-damage to you. But yeah, this thing, it's definitely number 1, well deserved, and it's just a really good, cool weapon to get. Okay, yeah, that concludes the list. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you guys see more top 5s. And if you just want to debate the heck out of me, that's fine. You guys can have your own opinion. A lot of you guys, of course, might not agree with me, and that's okay. Alright, you guys can have your opinion just like I can have mine. But I feel like that a lot of people don't get how good a lot of these weapons that I talked about are. And you guys should definitely give them a watch if you don't have them, or give them a go if you do have them. Alright, so yeah, thank you guys all for watching. It really does mean a lot if you watched all the way through this video. I owe it all to you guys who watch my videos for all your guys' support. And yeah, again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.